When Jasmine appeared on my show, she was hurt and angry because she felt betrayed by her mother, Tyranny. You see, Tyranny signed over her rights to Jasmine after Jasmine came forward with sexual abuse allegations against Tyranny's then boyfriend, and years later, as an adult, Jasmine had plenty to say about that. Here's a clip.
When I was 13 years old, my mother's boyfriend sexually assaulted me. This man was not a stranger. My mother didn't raise me, so my great-grandparents raised me. When she would come around, she would be with this man. So when I eventually went to go live with her, when I did turn 13, it was just weird energy. He comes in my room. He's just staring, like, directly at my breast, just staring. And I'm just uncomfortable, so I'm just trying to kind of, you know, stiff up a little bit. And he's just sitting there. About 2 minutes go by, he just asks me, "You want to have big breasts like your mom?" And I'm just stuck. Like, I don't have any words for that. He said, well, for example, if I was to, like, grope you or touch your breasts, would you go tell your mom? I just froze. Like, I didn't have any words. I just froze up. Like, this is all just crazy to me. Yeah. I freeze up, and immediately he just reaches his hand into my shirt, like, just opens my shirt and just reaches in. And he's groping, he's feeling, touching. It's just really uncomfortable. I tried so hard to fight back tears while he was doing that.
Why didn't your mom raise you? Why was your grandmother raising you?
My mother was, you know, in the streets, you know, fast moving. She never wanted anything to really just hold her down. Okay. So after a few years and I found out that my mom was actually my mom.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah, I thought that was like my sister. Like, I honestly thought that was my sister. But when I did eventually live with her, she's just doing all of this stuff to me. It's like,
my daughter approached me and told me that my then boyfriend had fondled her one night in her room. I was shocked, for one. And I just really couldn't believe what she was telling me. You know, he swore up and down to me that it did not happen, he wouldn't do that. Things were good with me, him, and our family. So I just needed to do my own investigation. I contacted family members, I talked to family members, and there was nobody, absolutely nobody, that could verify that this man has ever had any predatory actions or history. So we continued seeing each other because I couldn't just say, you did it, so you're out the door. Because I had to, at the time, I feel like, follow my heart. So I continued to see him.
She comes to live with you at 13, right? She says this guy comes into her room and sexually assaults her.
Okay, so.
Wait, let me finish. He reaches into her shirt, he gropes her breasts. She's 13 years old. You don't believe her?
This is the story that I got. He can't, because I was there that night. I do remember him going in her room, closing the door. They were talking.
Why, if he did, okay, hold on. She's a 13-year-old girl, little girl, right, 13?
Yeah.
You let a man go into your 13-year-old daughter's room and shut the door?
Okay, first of all, Steve.
Did you?
Yes. Okay,
why
but
did you
I
let
did
that
not,
happen?
because at the time it did not register to me. I did not think that this
Why
man
not?
would do something like that.
Why not?
how does that not register with you?
Let me ask you this.
First of all, he had been around since she was a newborn child.
Would you let a 15-year-old boy go in her room and shut the door?
No.
Exactly.
You told me when I was 15 years old, arguing with me, and you told me out of your mouth that you and him came to the conclusion that none of that ever happened.
And you want to know why?
Yes, I do.
Because from
wanna know
my
why.
experience, somebody just doesn't wake up in the morning and say, oh, I'm going to go touch a child today.
Really?
In all of my experiences, there is either somebody that can corroborate that that person has had
Why would you think she was
history.
lying? Why would you think she was lying
Because
at 13?
I had told this man my story. He knows my experiences, what I went through. And for him to do that to my child, why would you do that to my child after you knew
Did you say
everything
this
that
to him?
I went through?
Did you say this to him?
Yes, I did.
And what did
Do you
he
think
say?
he cared about us? You think he cared about us?
And he told me that it never happened.
So you believe him?
Over me. Your flesh and blood.
Jasmine came here today, and she took a lie detector test. And we asked her, did Tierney's then boyfriend reach under your shirt and touch your breasts when you were 13 years old? She answered yes. Did Tierney's then boyfriend come to you after he sexually assaulted you and ask you if you were mad at him for what he did to you? She answered yes. After you told Tierney what her then boyfriend did to you, did she withhold food from you? She answered yes. The results came back all the same, and they came back that Jasmine told the truth.
Listen. Jasmine, look at me. The truth is out there now. It's out there now. So we know it happened, okay? Okay? Then we say this is what we wanted. We just wanted the truth to be known. And now that the truth is known, we can move forward now, baby. I'm so sorry.
I just really hope from here, like, it's nothing but positive energy. Like, I really pray and hope. That's all Grand wants.
It's been 5 months since Jasmine was here, and today she's back to update me on what's been going on since the show. So, Jasmine, did you get that positive energy you were hoping for?
Oh, Steve, no. It has not been positive. I just kind of really just came to my own conclusion that, it just is what it is. She's just gonna be her, and it's nothing that I can do about it. I can't fight or continue to, fight battles with her wanting to be who she is. So I just let her be who she is.
She claims that she was a victim of sexual abuse, and now her daughter's coming to her and saying this, and she has to follow her heart and believe some guy who she even witnessed with her own eyes, see him go into your bedroom, shut the bedroom door. Who knows what's going on behind that closed door.
Right. And I just rewatching that and hearing it all over again is just like, I kind of chuckle because it's like, wow, all of that emotion for nothing. Like, just for you to come back and still basically do the same thing is like, you just put on a show, and she put on a good show. All of that was just fake. You sitting up here talking about you got to follow your heart, and, the truth is out there now. It's just all just a big glob of mess.
Now, a lot of viewers really reacted very strongly to your mom, as anybody can imagine. And they made comments online on how awful your mother treated you. Did you see these comments?
I did see these comments. As soon as it dropped on the page, I went in and looked at it myself, reading the comments just to see what everybody thought of the show. As I'm reading the comments, of course, everybody is like dragging my mom, which is, expected to happen. But I see her commenting back, like she's responding to almost everybody that was commenting, coming at her negatively. She's just commenting back. And then the things she's saying is just ridiculous. Like, Y'all don't know me. They scripted the show to be how they wanted it to be for their views or whatever. Me and my daughter are fine. You know, we've been moved past this. I'm like, why are you on social media once again lying? And then you're lying to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. Like, that's just crazy to me.
From what my wife has told me, you know, this show, your show, got tons and tons of comment. And your mother responded to 600 of them. Like,
What?
oh, 900, 900. She responded to 900 of the comments. First of all, like, who has the time to respond? And she's laughing. She's using the laughing emoji to these people
Right.
who are sticking up for her daughter. Your mom wrote, I'm laughing because y'all don't know me or my child. This was 13 years ago. He is long gone. I don't owe any of you an explanation. Your comments mean nothing to me. I have to answer to God and God alone and my child, and I have already done that, so what you all want is funny to me, with the big smiley emoji. One woman wrote, I really wish to personally meet that mother, that thing of a mother, because I'll show her a thing or two. And your mother wrote,
I remember that one.
your mother wrote, pull up and show it then.
Yeah, I remember that one. I said, wow, so you really on social media
She's
ready
gonna
to
fight somebody. But on some level, no matter how old we get, we still want the acceptance. We want a relationship with our mom, our father. How is it for you moving forward, knowing that, one, your mother failed you at one time when you were 13 years old, but now is basically failing you again?
I feel like it's just failure. It's been failure. Like, you didn't raise me. You let, whatever happened 13 years ago happen. And then even now as an adult, you don't celebrate my accomplishments with me. You only call me when you want to get me in my business and be nosy and see what I'm going on. It's like, moving forward now, I am just over it. Like, I'm in a bliss. Like, I'm so happy. It's crazy. I don't even worry about her anymore. Like, it is what it is. I move on. Like I said, I let her, do her. I'm grown now. It's nothing that you can do for me, like, at all. I just really hope and pray she just does it for my sisters. That's my only concern. But for me, I'm good.
Yeah. She showed herself to who she is. You seem like, even though everything you went through, you're a strong, beautiful young woman. I'm sure you're going to be fine. I have no doubt.
Definitely. Like, I couldn't be more happier since this show. I see a whole lot of things from a different perspective, and I like it. I stress less,
Yeah.
I cry less, I laugh more, and being able to sit here in the space that I am today and know that I went through all of that and to be good today is, like, amazing. Like, it's like hitting the lottery.
Who knows? Maybe your mother wakes up one day and realizes, the way she's acted, what the things that she said to you, the way she failed you. I wouldn't count on it. And, a lot of people, they have a funky relationship with their parents sometimes, and that's just the way it is. And
Right.
like I said, I don't hope that for you, but if that's the way it is, I'm sure you're going to be fine.
Oh yeah, definitely, Steve. I'm like so over it. It's yeah, no.
Well, listen, we're all rooting for you, pulling for you. I hope you'll stay in touch with you, and with the next time we talk, we hope everything's great.
Perfect. I really appreciate you, Steve, and everything that you did for me. I really appreciate you guys.
Take care.
You too.
Frank and Cassandra's relationship started on Facebook, but they're afraid it might end on my stage. Frank is 30 years older than Cassandra, but age is not the issue. She believes he's cheating. Cassandra, how did you meet Frank?
Frank and I, we met on Facebook. He was always commenting on my pictures and on messaging me, and we was messaging back and forth. So I'm like, okay, let me press on his page. And I'm like, okay, I pressed on his page, and I started seeing like, oh, he's good looking, and I started seeing all these plates full of food. I love all types of food, so I got so excited. I'm like, you can cook, you're nice, you're good looking, you're really nice, and then we started from there.
What happened 2-3 months ago?
Oh, Steve, that's why we're here today. That's the most one I want to know. So he invited me to a cookout. I have children. I need to know earlier than 2 or 3 days ahead. I can't find a sitter by the time it's Saturday.
Right.
So I told him I can't go because I don't have a sitter, so I let him go. At nighttime, he says he's getting a ride from a cousin, which I don't mind. There's family members, there's girls. Okay, there's liquor involved. I know he's drunk, like a little bit. And the girl, he comes home around 10:30-ish, and his phone just starts blowing up nonstop, like constantly. And I know me, so I'm like, you just came from a party. So I'm like, can you at least please answer it, for I will not think wrong. He comes and says, no, your phone be ringing too, like trying to flip it. And I'm just like,
Do your phone be ringing?
phone do be ringing. That's the point, that's what cell phones do.
No, I'm saying, do you have men calling your phone?
People be calling.
Men.
People, men
Men.
and women.
Yeah.
Yes,
So men do call your phone.
They do. Yeah, when I was
So
single.
you got some side stuff going on?
No.
But these men in your past are still trying.
Yes, and that's what I remind him. We're in a serious relationship right now. All of a sudden, I just became ghost. So if I'm not speaking to them, I'm ignoring them, they're gonna start calling like, what's going on? Where are you? So that's what's happened.
Yeah.
And then I'm telling him, like, I don't mind blocking those people and taking all that out if it's to make us better and things like
Sure.
that. Of course, it's to better our relationship. But yeah.
You could also change your phone number.
That too. That's true.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah. That too.
Do you think that Frank cheated on you?
Yes, sometimes I do.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
cooking up a little something.
Yeah, it's fishy.
It's fishy. What if Frank fails his lie detector test?
Oh no, I'm all set.
Then you're all
I'm
done.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're beautiful, you're young. I mean, it wouldn't take you long to have those ghosts come back from the past, right?
Yeah.
Or some
Pick
new,
them right
or
out.
some new ones.
No, I'm happy with Frank.
But you want to make it work with Frank.
Yeah, I
All right.
do.
Well, let's meet Frank.
Hi, honey. That wasn't your cousin.
Cassandra, you know
That wasn't your cousin.
these are all accusations, and that's
No.
why we're here today.
No, it wasn't your cousin. You
Hey,
could
we
have
gonna
answered.
see.
You could have just answered the phone at least and say.
I did answer the phone the first time it rung. But my cousin, she was kind of drinking, and I don't talk to drunk people, so I hung up on her.
But I told you to answer it at least where I can feel good and be like, okay.
I answered the first time.
You kind of, let's face it, you kind of hit the jackpot, very beautiful young girl, much younger than you. You're not going to screw that up.
Why would I call this though?
You called the show.
Right.
There you go.
I called the show.
And listen, with the cheating accusations, she's got really, when I'm hearing, not a lot of strong case here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, weak, right? Sounds weak. But the cookout,
Oh,
you're
the cookout.
drinking,
No.
cookout, no, you're drinking.
No.
Yes, you are.
Right?
Come on now.
You're
Drinking,
the
drunk
body.
are two different things.
I said drinking.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say you were drunk.
All right. No, because she said drunk.
I said drinking.
All right. It's all right.
But, there was a time in my life when, I'd go to cookouts and drinking. And what is a young guy at a barbecue scoping out?
A young guy?
Yeah, a young guy.
Well, that's what they're doing. Me?
Yeah.
I'm on the grill.
That's right. You're not
I'm
a
on
young
the
guy.
grill.
You're not a young guy anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm on the grill.
Yeah, but you're not looking at, I gotta imagine there's some bikini bombs there.
Nope. It
How about
wasn't-
some short shorts?
It could have been.
Yeah.
But was it kind of cool that night? I don't really
Well,
remember.
it's
was
cool
nice
or
that
not.
day.
There's some
I
short
can,
shorts
I
there.
can tell you this.
Are you
Nice that
eyeballing?
day.
No.
You're not eyeballing.
No. No.
Really?
'Cause I'm on the grill,
You're on the grill.
right? People pay me the barbecue.
Oh, so you're working this barbecue.
right? It's my cousins,
Yeah.
right?
So you're doing a favor.
Right. But I
What are
do
you cooking,
all
by the way?
those.
What are you grilling?
What you want?
Well, I mean, are you grilling ribs?
Ribs, chicken,
Yeah,
pork
so you're
chops,
doing everything.
hamburgers,
Pork
hot
chops.
dogs,
Oh, yeah.
sausages,
You're doing
right?
everything.
Seafood.
So you're having a good time, and you come home and
Early.
Early,
I got back about between 10 and 10:15.
yeah. And you got a little smoke flavor to you.
What, from the barbecue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come home and take a shower.
Don't even get to take a shower right away.
Ring, ring, ring.
Phone's
ring.
ringing.
Well,
It's your cousin. She's looking for some action.
I changed my number. Actually, she was, and she went to her
She
boyfriend's house.
She was looking for
And
action,
she went to her boyfriend's
but
house.
she didn't want you.
No. No, right. So I have a new number, right? So at the time, not everybody has my new number. I haven't called no one and gave it out. I don't do Facebook or this is my new number on,
Yeah.
So we got in the car and she couldn't find her phone. So I called it. Well, she don't have my new number, so my name's not gonna show up. So she found her phone and that was it. Then I got dropped off. So I'm just assuming she's been drinking, so she see this number who calling me and stuff, and she
She
called her
called
back.
it back, yeah.
Right? And I'm on the phone with her trying to tell her, cuz this is, I said my nickname. I'm trying to explain to her, who this is,
She doesn't recognize her cousin's voice. She's drunk.
right?
Yeah.
So she called my phone, who's this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling her, I'm trying to tell her. She's like, no. So I'm like, you know what, cuz, call me tomorrow. Click. And then she called back one time.
Okay.
She didn't call back over and over. Let's go get my phone. I'll show you because I saved
You
all the
never think
records.
she's ever cheated on you, right?
Nah, I never even questioned.
You didn't even take a test.
No, I didn't.
Nah, right?
'Cause
I
there's
didn't
no
want to. I didn't.
No. Yeah, hey, listen.
You never
She's saying she hasn't. He has no doubt that, so why give her the test? You're not exactly got a lot of evidence against this guy. Why are you so insecure?
That's a good question.
'Cause he seems like he's
that
really
night
into you.
When I asked him, while the phone was ringing, I don't know if you remember, I asked him, can you please answer the phone for me? Because he just got dropped off.
Yeah.
So even if he was off the phone quickly, I don't know if it's true in that moment.
Yeah. Do you believe in your heart that he's cheated on you?
I'm just so wondering that day, just that day.
No.
It's
And if
really
he fails, though,
bothering
it's
me.
gone.
Yes.
Anything
that
you want to say
day.
before we read your results?
Nah, Stevie, I'm 1,000% sure they would say it.
1,000%.
1,000%.
Okay, we asked Frank a whole lot of questions. Did you have sexual contact with another woman on Mother's Day? He answered no. Was the woman who gave you a ride home from the family party your female cousin? He answered yes. Did you have sexual contact with the woman who gave you a ride home from the family party? He answered no. Did you have sexual contact with anyone from the family party? He answered no. Since being in a relationship, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman? He said no. Since being in a relationship with Cassandra, have you had sexual contact with any other woman? He answered no. The results came back the same to each and every one of those 6 questions. And it came back that Frank told the truth.
Oh, I need to stop. I need to stop.
Steve,
Oh, I need to stop.
she lost her father a few years ago. And I'm kind of old-fashioned. My grandmother raised me, right? I want you to ask your older family members if I can have your hand in marriage.
Yes, yes.
So I'm not Oprah, but We set up a grill, and Frank's going to cook for all of you. I'm just kidding. You're not getting anything. Good luck to you.
All right, man. Thank you, Steve.
All right. David swears that his wife, Stephanie, has been unfaithful to him. He says that vibes don't lie, and Stephanie is given vibes that she's a cheater and a liar. He even suspects she slept with his own father. And that led David to wonder if his dad is actually the biological father of Stephanie's 1-year-old son. Stephanie, did you sleep with your husband's father?
Absolutely not. Steve, I did tell him that, though.
What did you say to him?
I said, I your dad. Sorry.
Why did you say that?
We were on drugs. We had gotten on drugs together.
You must have to do that to say something like that.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Well, we were on drugs together pretty bad. We've been sober 2 years together. He had my blood boiling. I was mad, and the only thing I could hit him with was, Dad. Slept with your dad. I'm sorry.
What were you fighting about?
What don't we fight about?
No.
It's always,
I mean, but that had to be a pretty bad fight to say something like that.
it really was. And it hurt him. So I'm here today to prove that he is our son's father, which I could see where he would think he's not because he looks just like his dad or him.
You're sure it looked like him or his dad.
Yeah.
And you're sure you didn't sleep with him?
Oh, no, God's honest. No, did not sleep with his dad.
You wouldn't lie to me.
No, I would not lie to you.
Because nobody would ever do that. How long you been married?
3 years tomorrow.
You're going to be married 3 years. Have you ever cheated on him?
I've never cheated on him.
You've never cheated?
Steve, no.
Yeah. And has he ever cheated on you?
I really don't think he has.
Well, so where's all this coming from that you guys have these knockdown fights about cheating?
He's got all these, I've probably slept with 150 men since I've been with him. That's how many he's accused me of.
Oh, so you haven't actually...
No, not really. Slept with 150 men.
How many men was it?
None.
But you don't accuse him of cheating?
I believe he's emotionally bonded with people through text messaging, but physically, I
Women?
really don't think he would. Yeah, women.
And so let me ask you this. If he's texting another woman and sharing feelings and this, is that cheating?
I mean, yeah, it really is, but
I'm not disagreeing. I'm saying
I really honestly don't
if you make
believe-
yourself available to another woman
yes, it's
the way you
cheating.
should be with your wife, that's cheating, right?
It is, yeah. I felt it was.
So now that he thinks that his father could be the father of his son, so it sounds so weird. How does he treat the little guy?
At first, they really didn't have much of a bond. In this last 4 months, I really think he realizes the baby's really his.
How does he know that?
You can just see it. I feel like he can see it. I really,
there's a genetic line here.
yeah.
But does it look like the granddad?
I mean, how can you say that? Him and his dad look just alike.
Right, if him is
I
what I'm
know.
saying.
It's because I know.
Because you never slept with your
It's
dad.
because I never slept with his dad.
He does, yeah.
They
I
do
mean,
look
the
alike.
little guy does look more like the granddad than the dad, right?
Well, I mean, it is his
Who does he look
grandfather.
like? Now, you're both here, whether you cheated or not, took lie detector test. Is your marriage salvageable?
Yeah, yes.
All right, let's meet your husband, David.
Yeah, you are his father. I promise you. Whether he looks like your dad, you are his dad.
Listen.
And I'm here to prove that to you.
Do you know why we're here? I have told you this from the beginning. Your words have actions. You don't think they do,
They do.
but what those 4 words you spoke, I, your dad, have haunted me. Have haunted me for a year. And now we're here.
Because when she said it, did she like really mean
Oh,
it?
she looked me dead in the eye. She was mad, looked me right in the eye. You know, or I.
What
your
did you
dad.
say to her when she said that?
Oh, my dad. Hey, Dad.
You said, Dad, did you sleep with my wife?
I said, Dad, Stephanie told me that you and her had slept together. I think I'd asked him, is it true? And he had said, what? And then
He said what?
He said
He
what?
didn't say, no way in hell.
he actually didn't say much. He just kind of had a blank stare is what my mom had told me that he had.
Yeah, because you couldn't see through the phone.
No, I couldn't see through the phone, but yeah.
Do you think that your wife slept with your dad?
You know, listening to her, I don't think she has now.
But you accused her of not only sleeping with your dad, but like 150 other guys, right?
Oh, there's a lot of guys I've had a lot of suspicion about.
Why do you think that your wife's sleeping with all these guys?
Actions.
Like what?
Very flirty, but then if we've talked to guys and she has gotten a hold of them on her phone, the messages become deleted, and it's because she don't want them in her phone. It's like, well, if you're deleting messages out of your phone that you don't want in there, maybe they should be in there. Yeah, but you know,
She says you make yourself emotionally available to other women.
I have
Why?
out of spite.
Out of spite.
Out of spite, yeah.
That's always a good reason.
Well,
Is that a recipe for a healthy marriage?
No,
No.
it's not.
No.
It's not.
And you two want to stay together.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
This is the woman. I love this woman.
I love him.
I'm not going to lie. I'm really rooting for you that you slept with the dad.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're disappointed.
I'm just saying, because if you
You're
did,
disappointed then.
man, this is going to make for a really fantastic show.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe do part
disappointed.
2, bring your dad out. Get the old Springer days going again. I mean, Dad looks like he could kick your ass, right?
My dad? Yeah. Back in his prime.
Okay, David, you took a lie detector test. We asked you, since being married to Stephanie, have you ever engaged in any physical sexual contact with any other woman besides your wife?
I have.
And he said no. Since being married to Stephanie, have you had sexual intercourse with any other woman besides your wife? He answered no. The results came back the same to each of those 2 questions, and it came back that David told the truth.
I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's true love. He loves you.
Well, yeah.
Okay, Stephanie, you took a lie detector test. And we asked you, have you ever engaged in any physical sexual act or contact at any time with David's father? You answered no, and I'm really disappointed because you told the truth. Since being married to David, have you had any physical sexual contact with any other man besides your husband David? You answered no. Since being married to David, have you had sexual intercourse with any other man besides your husband? You answered no. The results came back the same to those 2 questions, and it came back that Stephanie did not tell the truth.
Why'd you lie?
Well, it said since we've been married, but it didn't say anything about when we were split up.
We were still married.
Well, we were married.
And I
So,
asked
but I
you,
don't consider
hey,
that cheating.
We're married.
So, we are
You
married.
swore on your son's life. You swore
I
on
didn't
our
swear on
marriage.
our son's life.
Hey,
That I
even
didn't
when we
know.
broke up, so if, right now, if we went home and we just had a little break, I can go have sex with whoever I want.
Are we going to split up for a while? Like, we split up for a while. We're not getting back
22
together.
days. 22
We
days.
were not
So
going to get
let me
together.
ask
We
you
were not
this.
going to get back
Can
together.
I ask you this, Stephanie? When you got back together, did he say, did you sleep with anybody?
No, he didn't ask
Yeah,
me if
I
I
did.
slept with
Oh,
anybody.
really?
Actually, no, he
He's
did not.
been accusing you for the last 3 years, you said? And when you
Okay, wait.
split
I
up,
take yes, he did ask me if I slept
And
with
why
somebody.
didn't
That
you
was
tell
a
the-
while later.
why didn't you tell him
He
the
was
truth?
so just
Why
happy
did-
that we were back together.
Who'd you sleep
why
with?
didn't you tell him the truth?
Who'd you sleep with?
I'm not telling you.
Who'd you sleep with?
I'm not telling you who I slept with.
Does your dad
will
have a
tell me.
brother?
No, but it was her. I know who it was.
Who? Yep.
But why weren't you honest? You were like, oh,
I
have
was afterwards, after we did the lie. I told him, I said, well, I came here for cheating. If they would have asked if I had cheated on my husband, I would have passed. But you said since we've been married, that we split up.
We asked you.
I don't consider
we
that
didn't
cheating.
ask you, did you cheat? We said, since you've been married,
Have we had
have you
sexual
had sexual
exactly.
intercourse? And you did.
I did.
How many different guys?
This one.
Just one.
Should have asked how many different guys.
Yeah.
Because these feelings I've had that have been manifested inside me, I know.
Okay.
When I know, I know.
So knowing, okay, she says it happened on a break, which I don't know if that's true or not. But she has slept with somebody since you got married. Can you trust her?
I don't think no.
Okay.
That's it? We're a powerhouse couple? Okay.
I want to. I mean, not saying
I mean,
that
I'm sure we're gonna go home and we're gonna be just fine, but we're gonna end up getting another lie detector test somewhere else, just so I can
Where you
prove
gonna
that I
go?
had slept with them. Oh, there's places. Trust me, I've been looking up a
Better
lot of
than
places.
here?
Well,
Okay, DNA results. Well, might not, no, we know it's not your dad's. Your dad's. I got confused from an earlier story. You are the father of Stephanie's one-year-old. So you were about to respond. Knowing now she told you who it is this somebody that you know?
very much so.
Oh,
And
jeez.
very much so. And this
That's
is
going to be
somebody.
tough then, huh?
This is somebody that I had thought that they had messed around and she swerved. No, I have not. I have not, and made me feel like the bad guy, like I was going crazy, when the whole time she knew that she did. And when you mess with somebody's psychological side and make them go against their gut, and make them think that they're lying to themselves, you know what that does to somebody when you go against your gut, your own tuition? It makes you feel like you don't know who you are. You can't mess with somebody's head like that. I've told you that time and time again. And you just didn't care and you did it anyway. You still don't care.
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to prove to
Hey,
him.
listen, will you call me in like 3 months to let me know what's happening?
I'll call you.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Devontae and Shay's relationship is at a breaking point. They've been together for 4 years and are raising 3 kids. But their verbal altercations over cheating have gotten so explosive, the police have been called. And Devontae has doubts about the paternity of the kids since the day they were born. But there's more. Not only does Shay believe Devontae is a cheater, she also believes he's a thief. Let's start with the money. You think he stole $500 cash from you?
Yeah. Listen, Steve. So I saved up my money, right? I saved up my money because I was trying to get me a car. My car was totally lost. I saved up like $900. I put my $900 up, put it in my baby bag, put it in my wallet, zipped it up. Now, I have a daughter. She's a teenager. For some reason, she liked to get the money and take a picture of it, floss or whatever, and post it on her Instagram. I said, go ahead on. Sure, there's no problem. And then she put it back in there and zipped it up. I went to sleep. And when I went to sleep, I guess she went to sleep with me. When I woke up, I saw the bag, and I noticed the bag was open. And I'm like, oh, my God.
You knew right away.
Please don't tell me somebody stole my money, like, for real. Please don't tell me somebody stole my money. Like, it's a lot of people that live in my house. I got a lot of family members that living in there, and they got their kids there, and they got their spouse. So I can't narrow it down. Yeah. I just look in the bag, I get my wallet. Sure enough, I peep a little bit, like, oh, man. I don't think it's all there. I look in it, I get it out, and I'm like, ain't nothing left but 20s. But all the hundreds are gone. Like $500 bills and hundreds is missing. So I'm like, not only did they steal my money, but they stole all the hundreds. That's weird.
I would have took the 20s too.
They left it. That's what I'm saying. Like, what's going on?
So that's a lot of money taken from you. And you believe Devontae took it?
I believe he took it because sometimes when I look into his phone, he got a picture of my credit card, he got a picture of my social, he got pictures of all my personal stuff.
Yeah, why would he have all that?
Yeah, why would he have all that, Steve?
Yeah.
You tell me.
Yeah, that's not
But
good.
everybody was like, I don't know, ask Devontae if he took it. Ask him if he took it.
Yeah.
And like February, he just got missing. I don't know where he was at. I woke up, he wasn't there, Steve. He was nowhere to be found.
You woke up in the middle of the night?
I woke up in the middle of the night, he wasn't there. I called his phone, he ain't answer.
And this isn't typical that he would disappear like this.
No, he did it before in the past.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, but I woke up out of sleep and he not there. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then make it so bad, Steve, the tax is finna come March 8th. All of a sudden, he pops up.
On March 8th?
7th.
Oh, March 7th.
Yeah. And you know what he tell me? I get a text message. It's from some kidnappers. He told me he was kidnapped. The kidnapper specifically says, oh, he not cheating. We kidnapped him. And Nah, don't laugh. Cause I'm looking at the picture. The picture.
The kidnapper
he's-
texted you and said
he's tied up like this,
He's tied
and his
up.
head like this. I'm like, what? They not even asking for no money or nothing. Like, who trying to kidnap him? What's going on?
So they kidnapped him, said, don't worry, he's not cheating.
Yeah, he not cheating.
Yeah.
So I go through his phone. I know his password. I know everything. I even got my thumbprint on his phone. The phone just keep going off. He sleep. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, Steve. Just ding, 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 ding. I'm like, well, who is this? And when I go through the phone, I see all kind of stuff. Oh my goodness, I cannot even unsee it. Like so many different women private parts. Like they got this, they got that. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then it's like females like sending him money, and it's like $150, $200. I'm like, what is going on here? Pictures, it's text messages, I love you, we gonna get married, you gonna be my wife one day. So it's not like a little bit of cheating, it's like a whole lot of cheating, and it's like more than one woman that he's making promises
Why
to,
would
telling him
women
that he
send
loves
him
him.
money?
I don't know what kind of game he got, but they sending him money though. And then when I asked him about it, he was like, oh, I'm spending the money on us. Like, that's gonna make it better.
Let's meet him. Here's Devontae.
Devontae, the only thing I want is the truth. That's all. Like, I'm not slow.
Okay, I'm giving you the truth. How you doing, Steve?
Good, how are you?
All right. I'll stand up.
So, man, I mean, she's telling some crazy stories out here.
Yeah, that's not true.
Were you kidnapped?
Yeah, I did. I did, real talk, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
So what happened?
I had a homeboy, he got gunned down. They shot him and hung him up on a fence. And I'm not from Florida, so I used to be with him every day. And like other people used to see me around him or whatever. And I guess they thought that I was gonna retaliate. So they ended up snatching me up. And the reason I didn't
No,
go
I'm saying, did they snatch you off the street? What?
Yeah, they snatched me off the
They had
street.
guns?
Yeah, and put me in the car and tied me
They
up,
tied you up.
feel me?
And where'd they take you?
They took me somewhere. I don't know where I was. When
No,
I
but
got
I'm saying, like, was it a house?
it was like a storage thing, like
Like a warehouse?
Yeah.
And they,
So-
what, tied you with your hands over your head?
Yeah, and they tied.
So what,
they
like a
had
lead
tied me
pipe?
up. Huh? No, they tied me with rope. Like,
No, but I'm saying, what'd they tie you to?
no, they ain't tied me to
Oh,
nothing.
they just
had me
tied
on
you
the
up.
floor and tied me
And
up.
they tied
in
you
my
up on the
legs,
floor.
So I couldn't move.
Yeah. And they didn't, and what did they want, what were they gonna do with you?
I guess try to do me like they did him because they thought that.
Well, they
I was
could've
gonna-
just right, boom,
Yeah,
boom,
I was
right?
gonna retaliate or something. But I ended up getting loose
How did you get loose?
because they left me there.
All by yourself?
Yeah,
But
so I
they-
got
How'd you get out of the ropes?
I bit that. For real.
You bit your way through. They didn't tie your arms behind
I
your
bit it
back.
to where I could pull a rope through to loosen it.
Aren't you worried about being kidnapped again?
Nah, I ain't right.
They didn't say, man, that guy escaped, we gotta go get him?
If there is, I stay out the way. I move like, when I move, it's like, I basically move like towards the nighttime. I don't really move in the daytime like that.
So they can't see it.
Yeah.
Did you steal her $500?
No, I didn't steal her $500. When her money came up stolen, all her family members was there. I was at work. I was working at Checkers.
To
By the
where?
time at Checkers, like a
Oh,
fast food.
yeah,
By the
yeah.
time I came home from work, she found out her money was missing. Everybody started pinpointing fingers at me. But when everything got stolen, I wasn't even around, so I don't even
that
see
true?
how they could say it's me.
Yeah, everybody was saying it was him.
Yeah,
They
but I
like,
mean, was
check
he
him.
working?
Yeah, he was at work.
Oh, okay. So maybe you didn't steal it.
So,
And then you had your friend go over there, and he's got the FaceTime, and you see the ex
Yeah,
coming out now.
because I was on the bus going to Louisiana. She wasn't answering the phone. She wasn't answering text messages or nothing. So
I
when he
was
went
doing
on the
hair.
FaceTime camera, well, she said she was doing hair. But when he went on the FaceTime camera, I seen the bike and I seen her ex coming out the house or whatever like that.
What about the girl from Checkers?
The girl from Checkers, I ended up meeting her when kind of we was going through it or whatnot. She would look out for me, make sure I'm good, make sure I'm straight. So she called me up out the blue. She was like, well, I'm going to give you 2 weeks to come home to your family. If you don't come home, I'm going to move out of state, and I'm going to lose contact with you. So I took the chance. I left her crying, came back to her, thinking things was going to change, and it ended up being the same way.
You really were kidnapped?
Yeah, I really was.
I think we should tested you on that kidnapping. Okay, Devontae, we asked you, did you steal the $500 from Shay's wallet? You answered no. Do you know for sure who stole the $500 from Shay's wallet? He answered no, and those two questions, he told the truth. It's pretty good. You look sad.
Nah, cause I don't like getting accused of stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially when it wasn't me.
So then we go on to ask you, since being in a relationship with Shay, besides the one girl she knows about, have you engaged in any sexual intercourse with any other woman? You answered no. Since being in a relationship with Shay, besides the one girl she knows about, have you engaged in any physical sexual contact or acts with any other woman? You answered no. Did you have sexual contact or acts with any of the women in your phone that you received money from? You answered no. Did you have any sexual intercourse with any of the women in your phone that you received money from? You answered no. And the results to those 4 questions came back all the same, and it came back that Devontae told the truth. My wife just brought up a good point. Do you walk around one of his family members,
No,
or
her
one of your
family
family members, butt naked?
Steve, when I'm home, I like to relax, and I'm naked. Whoever in my house, you just gonna see it all. I'm comfortable. It's not like
I'm in my house.
It's not like I'm giving you a lap dance or nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just minding my
Hey, I can
business
ask your
in my
crowd
room,
something?
chilling.
What's that?
I can ask your audience something.
Ask her.
Do y'all think, hey, no, for real. Do y'all think that's cool, like being in front of your family members? I'm just asking.
In my own house, yes. That's my house in my room where I pay my bills at, yeah.
Oh, Shay, you took a lie detector test.
Yep.
Do you feel bad that he passed all his?
Yeah, I do, because I really thought, like, we talking about he kidnapped
Yeah.
and all this.
Because
then how he
you
came
feel
and
like you're
stuff.
going to go up in flames, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since being in a relationship with Devontae, have you ever had sexual contact with any of your family members? She answered no. Since being in a relationship with Devontae, have you ever had any physical sexual contact or any acts with any of Devontae's friends? She answered no. To those 2 questions, she told the truth. Since being in a relationship with Devontae, besides having sex with your ex one time that he knows about, have you engaged in sexual intercourse with any other man? She answered no. Since being in a relationship with Devontae, besides having sex with her ex one time that you know about, have you engaged in any physical sexual contact or acts with any other man? She answered no, and those 2 questions, she told the truth. Since being in a relationship with Devontae, did you have sexual intercourse with your ex more than one time? She answered no. Since being in a relationship with Devontae, did you have physical sexual contact with your ex more than one time? She answered no. The results came back the same to those 2 questions, and it came back that Shay did not tell the truth. I mean, 2 out of 6 ain't bad.
I'm saying, like, when he was down here, ever since I flew him out, I did not have sex with my ex no more. Like, we was together for like 3 months, and he was in Louisiana, and I probably was doing a little thing then. But when he came down, I didn't do nothing but that one time that I told him about.
No, but you had more than one time. You failed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Are you okay with that? I mean, you're not okay with it, but I mean, is that enough to break you up?
Nah, we could probably talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's a flawed guy, but he seems like a really nice guy.
I mean, that's why I fell in love with him.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy, but he got his ways.
he's got his ways. But you have your ways,
I see.
you know. Are you two kids gonna make it? Oh, DNA.
That's for the 5-month-old and then the twins.
Oh, 5-month-old, then the twins. First up is the 5-year-old girl, right? 5 months. She is beautiful. You took a DNA test, and the results of that is Devontae, you are the father of. Oh, baby girl. That's pretty good, right? But the twins are was really.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Ain't no ooh.
No, Owen?
Ain't no ooh.
He's gonna be the dad, right?
He gonna be the daddy.
He's gonna be the dad.
You are the father.
Devontae, you are the father of her two-year-old twins. Those are your children. Feel good?
Yeah, I feel good.
better?
Yeah, that was good, yeah.
Well, listen, we hope that you guys work it out, that you stay together, and that you're happy with each other, okay?
Thank you, Steve.
Nice meeting you.
Our families have known each other since we were little kids. We started dating, which was 6 years prior to the incident that happened in 2009. So we had 2 children together, and he treated my oldest daughter like his own. The day of the incident, I was working. John had watched the girls that day. I come in at 7:30. It was dark in my house. I figured the girls were all in bed. It was quiet. I said hello. Nobody answered. I went into my daughter's room and found John. He was sitting on the bed with his laptop in his lap. My oldest daughter was sitting next to him, giving oral to him while my other 2 children were on the floor watching. And I asked him what the hell he was doing. I started crying. My children freaked out because they weren't expecting Mom to come in. John swears he didn't molest my daughter. He claims that he was just pleasuring himself, but I know what I saw. I ended up calling the police department, and in the process of calling the police department, he was calling his father, who in turn showed up after the police were there, and his father looked at me and said, oh, he can just move out and get help and move back in. That he didn't believe his son did what he did. I walked in on it being performed. The fact that now he's trying to prove his innocence is a joke. After the police arrested John, they confiscated his laptop, and they found out there was child porn on his laptop, which in turn now he's accusing me of planting that child porn on his laptop. John was sentenced to 6 years in prison, probation, and he's on the sex offender list. To me, that's not enough. Any person that hurts a child should get more than what he got. It was a slap on the wrist. 14 years now I've been dealing with the backlash of what John did to my children, but now it's being relived. Oh, you lied about this, you did this, and the fact that his parents still believe their son didn't do it, he didn't do it, he didn't do it. To me, he's guilty. His parents are still involved in the girls' lives. Periodically, they've written letters to John that the grandparents have mailed out, which we've brought that up in court, and they were told that they weren't allowed to do it. There was times where secret gifts were given to my girls from their father, and their grandparents were told to tell it was from them. My middle daughter was caught talking to her father via text message. It really pissed me off. I told his parents I didn't want any communication from John to my kids, and to me, his parents took my trust and flushed it down the toilet. They did this anyway and said, told my kids, don't tell Mama this is happening, don't tell Mama this is happening. And after this is all said and done, I'm cutting ties with his family, I'm cutting ties with him. There's to be no communication. This is the last straw for me. The damage that John has done has put us all in traumatic stages. I watch my children cry every single day. Why did he do it? Why did he do it? 14 years of seeing them cry it makes me cry. Just the other day, my oldest, I told her what was going on, and she cried. From day one, this mom has protected her kids, and I'm going to continue to do it. And I'll go through hoops and hoops and hoops to sit there and prove that Mom's not lying. John is.
So, John, you have to spend the rest of your life as a registered sex offender, and then there's all kind of restrictions and conditions, what you can do, where you can be, who you can see. It's got to be a tough way to live your life. Did you molest a girl? Did you download porn?
No, I did not.
Neither one?
I would never hurt the girls.
No. Now, the girl that you're accused of is a daughter that Sherry had from a previous relationship.
I was in the bedroom, and yes, I was watching porn, adult porn, and I was doing adult things when she walked in.
You were taking care of yourself?
Yes.
Okay. Were the kids in the room?
No, they were not.
Kids weren't in the room?
No.
Okay. So then Sherry walks in?
My father brought her home early from work, and he was a witness to this.
Your dad walked in on you too?
He walked her into the apartment.
Okay. You didn't think that was like not a good idea when you were doing it? Like, oh, my kids are in the next room?
I did. I also had some other issues. I was into drugs and alcohol back then.
So were you intoxicated when this
making
was happening?
Bad choices.
Was this happening at the time?
I was
Drugs
not.
or alcohol?
Yeah, but I was not intoxicated at the time.
Were you drinking?
No.
Were you high?
No.
So what are you bringing up drugs and alcohol for?
I just always made bad choices.
It sounds like you're throwing stuff out there to make an excuse.
No, I'm not trying to make excuses.
The police said they did find child porn on your laptop.
I honestly don't know where that came from. I was using a file sharing.
Go on.
I was using a file sharing network called LimeWire. 5 other people had also used my laptop.
Where?
At the house.
You let people come in and use your laptop.
Sherry used it. Her mother used it. Her ex-boyfriend used it.
Okay, so her ex-boyfriend?
Yes, because she.
You let use an ex-boyfriend use the computer.
She still had contact with him. I figured these people would be okay because they were like
Even
friends.
the ex-boyfriend? Really?
I should have thought twice on that. We fought it all the way up until trial, until the judge kind of put a scare into me and said that if they felt I was guilty, they would give me no less than 20. And I said, I am not going to do 20 years or more for something I didn't do.
Don't you and your lawyer say, I didn't do anything wrong. And if there's no evidence other than your wife's testimony, and your dad was there, couldn't he have backed up the story?
They wouldn't let him testify. They said he's my father, he would lie for me.
That's
They honestly did.
Okay, well.
And he's one.
Any contact with your kids during those 5 years?
During those 5 years?
Yeah.
I got a couple things like Sherry said, and
what did you get?
A couple little letters, but
from your kids?
They stopped. You've ruined
Stop
my
being
life.
the victim. I know what I walked in on 14 years ago.
You ruined my life.
No, I didn't. You ruined your own life.
No, I did not. I didn't do anything.
Yeah,
to
you
them.
did. I know what I saw.
What did you see?
I walked into my daughter's room at 7:30 at night. A coworker brought me home. The house was dark. I walked into
It wasn't his dad?
No, it was a coworker because I got to work at 7:30 and I was home 5 minutes later.
My father even said that you got
it was a
that he
coworker.
picked you up early.
It was a coworker because she went to go in to say goodnight to them.
Okay, so you walk in and what happened?
They were in my girl's room, bottom bunk, him sitting on one side with the laptop facing him.
Bull.
My daughter giving him oral with his 2 children
And
on the
that's
floor
bull.
watching it.
You caught your daughter
Yes.
giving oral sex?
That is bull.
No, it's not.
Okay. She's how old at the time?
She was 6.
Hi, I'm John's father. On the day this incident took place, I had given Sherry a ride home from work. When we got to the house, the kids were on the couch, and she asked where their father was, and they said he was in the bedroom. I just feel he was totally set up.
So you called the police, and what happened?
They came, they arrested him, they took his laptop, and they left the apartment. They didn't talk to
When
him
did you find out about the child porn?
the very next day.
The cops told you? So after this, he gets arrested. How and you say the other 2 little girls, his 2 little girls, are in the room watching this?
Yep.
How did this affect your daughters?
They're traumatized. They've had to have counseling. They have been PTSD. They have anxiety, depression.
How are they now?
It's hard. There's our ups and there's downs.
Yeah.
They're struggling.
Did they ever ask about their dad?
My middle one does. For the longest time, she said that it was Mama's fault that Dad got arrested. And I told her when she turned 18, if she wanted to talk to him, that was fine. But I'm not stopping her now from talking to him.
So, Helen, you don't believe your son did this?
No, I don't.
Okay. When he gets locked up, he must say, hey, Mom, this is going on, right?
Yeah.
Did you say, well, son, if you didn't do it, we need to fight this tooth and nail?
Well, that's what we did. But like he said, when he went to court, the judge and his attorney had said to him, well, you know, you could, if you go to a trial,
if you're
could
found guilty,
spend 20 to 30
but that's
years.
everybody that goes to trial. That's everybody that's in court. If you're found guilty, yes, you are going to be slammed with a sentence. But if you're found innocent, you walk out the courtroom. I do have empathy for you because it's, as a parent myself, it's got to be horrible if your kid does something terrible, especially your son if he commits a crime against a child.
Well, it's even harder because when she first let him come over, I had to have no pictures of him up and around.
When's the last time you saw your grandkids?
God, I don't remember now. It's
Years?
been a while.
5 years?
June of last year, your granddaughter's high school graduation. Nice try.
Yeah, that's right. No, I didn't remember.
You
I'm
have
sorry.
to think of that. You have to think of the last time you saw your grandkids. That
Yes.
tells you a lot.
You'd have to be really evil to send a guy to prison for 5 years and totally destroy his life just because you wanted him out of the picture.
Evil's not the word.
What is the word?
Monster.
Monster.
Your son's the monster.
Well, Sherry the monster came and took a lie detector test. I'm just being facetious.
No, I know.
Sherry, we asked you, did you truly walk in on John and observe him engaging in a sexual act with your oldest daughter? She answered yes. Do you know for sure that someone besides John downloaded the pornographic images of minors on the laptop? She answered no. Did you fabricate the story that you walked in on John and observed him sexually abusing your oldest daughter? You answered no. The results came back the same to each one of those 3 questions, and it came back that Sherry told the truth. Okay, so we broke your lie detector test down to 2 parts, the porn and the abuse. First, we're going to cover the porn. As an adult, have you ever intentionally viewed any child pornographic images or materials which depicted children engaged in sexual acts? You answered no. Did you ever watch inappropriate sexually explicit videos or films with Sherry's daughter in any room of your house at any time? You answered no. Have you ever downloaded off the internet underage child pornographic images of any kind as an adult? You answered no. Results came back all the same to each one of those 3 questions, and it came back that John did not tell the truth. So then we go on to ask him about the abuse. Did you at any time inappropriately touch either of your own daughters for your own sexual gratification and pleasures? He answered no. He told the truth.
Yeah, it was my daughter. My daughter, you did it too.
Did you ever have Sherry's daughter perform any physical sexual act on you at any time while she was in your care? He answered no, and he did not tell the truth.
That's her DNA was on your pants.
That
there
you
was
took
proof.
out of the dirty laundry.
Yeah, no, nice
Because when
try.
I left prison,
Nice
I was
try.
wearing.
What did they find?
My daughter's DNA on the his pants.
On the thigh of the pants.
No, it was
out of pants that they took from the dirty laundry that was mixed with everyone's friggin' clothes.
So why didn't everybody else?
Wait. You went to prison already, John.
I never did it.
Hey, John, you went to prison already, all right? You did 5 years of prison.
Yeah,
You're a sex offender for the rest of your life. You're living in your car. You know, you're a sick. Okay? That's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to,
Let me
John.
go.
You failed your lie detector test.
Please, just
you
let
gotta
me
live
go.
with the fact. You got to live with the fact that you did this. But you did your time in jail. You got 5 years. You're lucky you only got 5. You're lucky that bad things didn't happen for your prison. But you know what? You screwed up your whole life because you're a sick dude.
No, I never touched
You're
her. I
never
never
going to
did
join, and you're
anything to
probably
her.
never going to see your daughters again. So, you know what? Let them go. Get out of here. Live your life.
Never touched her.
I understand it's hard, but you better wake up. Because if you don't, you keep telling, oh, John, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. It's possible you could do it again. Now, knowing everything you've been through the trial, through the pleading guilty, through the 5 years of writing them letters in jail, visiting them, and all that, and being here today, passing for not abusing your granddaughters, but failing to abusing her daughter, did John do it?
I don't know. I'm going to have a long talk with him.
Talking's
Find
not
out.
going to help. He did
All right.
it.
Thanks for being on the show. Take care. Well, it's his opportunity for you to say, hey, I didn't do this. Thanks for coming on. Good luck to you and your daughter.
Thank you.
I've watched this show for years. You can't lie to a lie detector test. I just still can't believe he'd do something like that.